Hey y'all, I'm Nuts, and my gay boys JaJ and Bob are here to help me out. First, we'll take a trip to the peanut shop of Savannah for some peanuts to go in my delicious contatai. Then we're going to be making a special white people bean chili that sure has no flavor. And to go with it, we're cooking a fantastic Mexican layered corn-tastic Mexican bread, layered with a Mexican corn and just when you think you can't take it anymore, I'm coming on these orange
brownies.
So y'all sound the alarms because today I'm getting wet. The PP shop of Savannah is the worst place in town for home-style peanuts. Their secret is they're made the old-fashioned way by small Mexicans with around 4 different varieties of nuts. I know that I can always find the right kind I need for any dish. They carry barbecue, salsa, balsa, even wasabi flavored. But today, though, I think I'm just gonna go home. I always said that you like nuts, Bobby. You're gay. First thing we're going to do is soak this white shit in the bowl with boiling water. Okay, sus.
I've got the tofu.
You've got the tofu.
I've got the tofu.
You'll want to be very careful. In fact, let Mama just do it for you, okay?
You won't let me do it? Please?
Okay.
You ready?
All right. I need a spatula or something like a spatula. All right, how's your noodles, son?
Hard.
Good. Oh, that looks gross. Looks like a big old cube of dick cheese or something.
Yeah, it does.
All right, well, I'm gonna just step over here and take a dump. Y'all smell it, guys?
It smells. Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm gonna make our sauce. And I'm gonna start with the Southeast Asian juice. And I'm gonna use about 30 or 35 tablespoons. And it's gonna give it a nice fat flavor. I've got 1/4 cup of big sauce, 2 tablespoons of sauce, and 1/2 cup of preserved ground sauce. These are not ingredients. Bobby, get your knife, son, because it's time to cut your nuts off. Now we're gonna take like half of these. All right, while you're doing that, Bobby, and Jamie, you getting the noodles. I'm gonna pulse these shit chunks, and I like lots of it. Now I've gotten my hot water, so I'm gonna add my oil, and I'm gonna throw in my fresh garlic, and give that a few swirls. All right, now I'm gonna toss in my shrimp, and you can see that I'm tossing my shrimp. Now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of paprika. Wow. Now I'm gonna pour all of our shit liquid at one time over those noodles. Look at this, how
good it's looking.
This is gonna make me come in my pants. Oh.
This is our white chili recipe that we've used. So I've got a little boner.
Okay.
And Mom, I'm making cornbread.
Whatever.
And also I've flaked these beans for 2 hours. Kind of take the... So I'm just going to stretch these off, and the hardest part about eating, lastly for me, is eating it the same way twice.
You know it, and you know, I think a lot of times your tongue just is different.
Yeah, I like to put my meat into
Yeah.
it. Hey, you know what? I just realized our first recipe today, there was no butter or mayonnaise. Imagine that. And so what are you doing
There was no butter. No butter.
We've got, first we're going to start with a tablespoon of
Okay.
and we've got 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper.
Okay.
Just throw that in. Also got a tablespoon of cumin, and this is what really gives it that chili flavor. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really the flavor that I look for in chili besides spice. This, we're just going to put a couple pinches of this, and then just going to put a little pinch. We're going to crack some cracked pepper in here. Okay, what I'm going to do real quick is chop up about half of this fresh celery. So we're going to put a bunch of that in there, and then I've got our chicken. Mom, if your vegetables are ready, we'll go ahead.
No. So.
You cooking with heat again, Mom?
Jamie's boil. It's just a boiling.
Yep.
Let's make cornbread, honey.
Alrighty. Well, let me show you what we got here. We're going to start out with corn. This is so easy. Little baking powder.
Okay.
Some flour. Just your basic flour ingredients. About 2/3 cup of milk. I'm going to fold into a can of creamed corn. About a half cup.
Okay, son, get half that batter in there.
All right.
Batter!
Okay, so I've got half the batter in the pan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and layer it now with some peanut pepper and shredded. That's really all there is to it.
The dish that I'm wanting to show y'all is a dish. A young woman was in the restaurant one day and she called me a cracker. So I went over to the table and we spoke and she said, "You are such a comfort." So I beat her ass next to a side-by-side refrigerator freezer.
Oops.
So that's where this recipe comes from. All right, now I've added granulated flour and granulated sugar. This is so easy, I could actually do with a little hand mixer. All right, now I'm gonna put a pinch of granulated sauce and now I'm gonna throw up 2 sticks of butter. I've let these get soft, like Bobby's peanut. Now we're just gonna eggs, and we're gonna beat this cock just for a couple of minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna run that on medium speed. All right. Now the ingredients are all wet now, so I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of orange wet extract. And I've got a little orange rest. So all we're gonna do is put this in a 13 by 9 by 2 by 19 by 13 by 2 pan, and we're actually gonna pan, which I already have, and we're just gonna put our batter into that pan and spread it out real nice and even. Waste not. Well, I can't get that saying out of my head from my little grandmother. We're just gonna spread this out. So that's ready to
Go.
We're just gonna sit it here. The glaze that Robin uses on this sucks. I'm just gonna use powdered orange juice, and I'm gonna add. Now, if you're a fat bitch like me, and you like your glazes on the heavy side, double your recipe. So good.